just keep it a stack with you, bro. When I was 16 years old, I was depressed. No joke. Life was life, and life was hitting me fast. And a lot of y'all like, well, how the hell was you that stressed out when you was young? A lot happened to me. I start moving through life with actual intentions, and I start having an idea of what I wanted my life to look like, I wanted to explore different things, and I just start looking at the world for what it is. And for me personally, that was a very scary thing to do. So I made this video because I feel like this is something that I would want somebody to tell me when I was 16, and I think it's very important. If you're new to this channel, my name is Trey Jerome. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to stay or just support, trying to grow this channel, whatever the case may be. But without further ado, we're going to go ahead and hop into the. I've organized 10 things that I would tell my younger self, my 16-year-old self. Listen close, listen clear. If you don't like what I gotta say, I really don't give a damn. Keep it respectful, because if I get disrespectful, it's gonna be a problem.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here. Get out of here, man. Shit, I'm saying.
All right, so the first one thing is XYZ doesn't matter, who you want to be does, right? So when I was 16, I always had a passion to be a criminal defense attorney, and I really saw how officers and law enforcement as a whole abuse the law. But I never forget being in my mom's basement at 16 and just scrolling on YouTube, and I ran across a video of someone called Jay Morrison. And Jay Morrison was fascinating to me because growing up as a young black man, I never seen nobody who owned land. I never seen nobody who owned property. I never seen nobody who was an entrepreneur that looked like me, talked like me, and had a very similar background to what I did. And so I remember like watching this man, and I literally watched this man for like a week straight. Like I didn't go on Instagram, nothing. I watched everything. Like I was probably 16 years old and I knew how to invest in houses. And so people like legit was like, why is a 16-year-old watching this young man? But I was so fascinated with him because it hit me like, wait, I don't gotta go to college to get the lifestyle that I want. You get what I'm saying? I don't have to wait until I'm 25 to become a lawyer and start making six figures. I don't have to work for anybody. And so when I came to that realization at a very young age, that changed me. What does this have to do with why XYZ doesn't matter? Who you want to be does. As a 16-year-old, I was so focused on performing my best academically. I never stopped to think, what do you want? Do you want to wait till you're 25 to start making money, or by the time you're 25, you want to make X amount of money? So a lot of the times, all you really need to focus on is who you want to be. And if college and if that lifestyle fits that, then do it. But if it doesn't, don't even waste your time or your money, because I'm telling you, it's not cheap and college is not easy. That kind of brings me to my second point. Take advice from people who've done what you want to do. Now, this is something I can't even stress enough. Okay, so another little background on me. I was 16 years old at upon a time, but also too, I am the first person in my family to ever go to college. And when I say family, I mean immediate household. Now, my mom did go to college; she did not graduate. Um, so a lot of people in my lifetime told me, like, college is easy, you got this, or they kind of glorify college. When you get to college, if you haven't been in college before, most college kids are depressed and stressed the fuck out. A lot of them are broke, and there are a lot of college kids who are amazing and they graduate and they do well in life. But there are a lot of people who went to college and have degrees and it's stressed the hell out, especially with our current economic climate that we live in right now. So what does that have to do with take advice from people who've done what you want to do? I'm going to read y'all what I wrote down. Your mom, your dad, your uncle, they might love you, but that doesn't mean they have the answers. Get advice from people who already live the life you want. That's how you really level up. If you want to be a lawyer and your and your mom is a nurse, why are you listening to your mom while she's trying to tell you how to be an amazing nurse? You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying be disrespectful, but also get to the point like, Mom, I love you, but you can't teach me how to be a lawyer because you're not no lawyer. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I can't teach you how to be a millionaire because I ain't no millionaire yet. You know what I'm saying? When I get to that point, I'll gladly teach you, but I can't do that to you right now. You walk up to me right now and ask me how to be a millionaire. Now, a lot of people gonna tell you invest in crypto, buy real estate, and do this, and the third. If that was the case, they would have did it. You know what I'm saying? It's obviously a lot more that go into it, and it's a reason why it's a 1%. So I tell people, take advice from people who've done what you want to do, and don't take advice from people who just talk shit and don't really know what the hell they doing or look some shit up on Google. Take advice from people who've done what you want to do. Three, it always rains before the rainbow. As I mentioned to y'all earlier, bro, being 16 was the first time I was depressed. Like, I can vividly remember, like, just sitting in my room and I had white walls or cream walls, but I remember everything just looked gray. Like, I was just, it was just one of the worst places I've ever been. I never want to experience nothing like that in my life. But I remember watching this video of Candy Burris when she talks about her brother passing at a young age. And one of the things that she said in that interview that really stuck with me and hugged my heart was that it always rains before the rainbow. It's scientifically proven. It cannot be a rainbow if it's not raining. You know what I'm saying? That's the rain and bow. And so let me read y'all what I have here. Life gets heavy before it gets beautiful. Storms build strength. Struggles make the reward worth it. Don't fold when it gets dark. Keep going because the rainbow only shows up after the rain. There is no such thing as a rainbow without rain, bro. You don't have to go through stuff. And as a young adult, it is very imperative that you learn to live in your unhappiness. That sounds crazy to y'all right now if you 16 watching this, but it's something you're really gonna have to learn, right? For example, I got bills, right? I can't go buy Benz right now. You know what I'm saying? That may be something that I want. Like I probably want that chromed out Benz and I probably want that car and that lifestyle, but I have to learn to live in my unhappiness. But because if I don't, then I'm gonna fuck up what I got going on trying to buy some shit that I don't even need. Or even in life, like life is everything is not gonna go your way, especially in college. You know how you got a class you don't want to take now when you go to your counselor. Like, can you help me? Can you teach me how to do this? Can you do out of woo woo? That's not going to fly in college. Like, if it's not an absolute emergency, they're not switching you out of your classes. The teachers do not give a damn about you. So you're going to have to learn that it's okay. This is temporary. Everything is temporary. It's messed up right now, but I'm going to get through it. You get what I'm saying? Adopt that mindset now because it's really going to prepare you for adult life. Now, four, prioritize your mental health. Now, this is the main thing I would tell my younger self. One of the things I'm so grateful for that I did when I was 16 years old is I signed myself up for therapy. Well, I told my mama and we signed myself up for therapy. My life changed. Having somebody to talk to that listened to me, that I did not feel judged, that I opened up to, and I could tell what was going on with me, my body, my sound, my mind, my heart, it was so crucial to the development of me as a young man, but also a black man, because it also made me open minded and it also taught me you really do not know what people going through because I didn't even know what the hell I was going through. Prioritize your mental health, bro. If you got medication that you're supposed to be taking, please take the medication. If you got therapy, go to therapy, bro. Like, prioritize your mental health and do whatever it is that you need to do to take care of yourself, period. Now, five, birds of a feather flock together. Now, this is something that is so real. When I was a young warthog to on my leg speed shit, um, when I was young, one of the things I did not pay attention to was the fact that all of my friends were in drama, all of my friends were in messy stuff, they were in sticky situations, and I was too. But I did not have no friend around me that was focused on being a positive role model, who was focused on building a community, who wanted to do something great. And the moment I did bump into one of those guys, me and him were like this, and I literally did not come around my other friends ever again because I noticed how they was moving, and it wasn't instrumental to my development as a young man, especially as a young black man. So one of the things that I read one time that changed my perception on this too was I can look at your friend group and tell a lot about you. You know what I'm saying? If you hang around 8 millionaires, you're gonna be the ninth one. You hang around 10 millionaires, you're gonna be the 11th one. You gotta really get around people who know what they're doing and can teach you and guide you and lead you the way. And since y'all so young, it's probably not even about money, but just young men who probably got a little more mature than you are. I tell people you never want to be the leader of the friend group because the leader of the friend group is typically the smartest person in the friend group, and the smartest person never is benefited off anybody. You're not a user or a meat muncher because you want to be around people who want to grow. You are a dummy if you around people who don't want to grow and can't teach you and don't add any value to your life. That's slow. Now, number six, what you think matters does not. Okay, now I wanna really read this for y'all. The clout, the shoes, the likes, None of it matters long term. Focus on building your future. If you lock in everything you want, money, love, the lifestyle will show up when it's supposed to. Prime example, when I was 16, I was already a popular boy. I used to host parties, y'all. I'm in the club, standing on the couches, throwing up gang signs, living my life, turning up. I would never forget, bro. It was my senior year. My mama was an asshole my senior year. Sorry if you watching this, Angie. But she kicked in my door and she literally started yelling and said, "You all celebrating every night. What the hell is you celebrating?" That changed my perspective on so much. Why am I at the club every night if I don't got nothing to celebrate? What have you done? What are you doing? And granted, yeah, I was getting paid to be there, but not enough. Like, you know what I'm saying? That was just an excuse so I can go turn up. What I'm celebrating. You know what I'm saying? All of that flashy lifestyle, living your life, turning up, being around the bad bitches, it's cute, it's fun, it's an aesthetic, it's something that you may want to do. But keep in mind, what matters is building something for yourself. And once your future um is set and you are concentrated enough to build your future, then focus on the rest of that stuff. Because I'm telling you, bro, I live in Atlanta. You pull up on a girl right now in a BMW coupe and you got a Rolex on, she gone. And that's pretty much anywhere in the city. So trust me that, okay? Number seven is consistency is focus. Oh my motherfucking God. When I was 16 years old, I had an internship with Governor Whitmer. Okay. One of the best experiences of my life. And it taught me a lot. But to be real with you, one thing I really wish I would have focused on being a 16-year-old in that position is building relationships, right? Getting more internships, getting people who could write me better recommendation letters, right? Because I tell people it's never about what you know, it's all about who you know. You know what I'm saying? Now, why am I bringing this up to y'all about and what how is this relevant to the idea of consistency is focus and consistency and focus is imperative? Let me tell y'all, if I would have stayed focused when I was 16, 16 I started my boutique Trade Jerome. 16 I start building my credit. If I would have stayed focused and stayed on the plan that I had when I was 16, I kid you not, I'm not even joking. I put this on everything I love. I'd be a millionaire right now. That's a motherfucking fact. That is a promise. I will be a millionaire. If I would have focused on the plan I set and I wrote down in that journal in my mama basement, I would have been a millionaire right now and I would have had a real estate portfolio. So focus and stay consistent. Hell, even if I would have stayed consistent on YouTube, right, I would have been focused. I would have been a millionaire, right? Stay consistent in everything you do. The ninth one is move with intention. Okay, let me read y'all what I got for this. Stop just doing shit, right? Ask yourself, why am I doing this, right? Where is it taking me? Everything in your life should be either a step forward or a lesson learned. Be intentional about how you move. At this point, you're 16, right? You probably hunching. You probably got you a little girl, little boy that you like, whatever the hell floats your boat. I really don't care. But you need to start moving with attention, right? Because if not, you're wasting your time with everything. And then you're going to wake up and be like, why did I do that? That was stupid. You get what I'm saying? Um, Move with intention. It's going to save you a lot of heartbreak. It's going to save you a lot of trauma. It's going to save you a lot of time. You know what I'm saying? And I tell people anything is possible. You can't be 16 and get somebody pregnant, and now you 18 with a 2-year old. You know what I'm saying? So just do everything with intention. If you like somebody, kick it with them. You know, you like a little girl that you like, court her, date her. You got a little boy that you like, you know, let them court you, let them date you. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but move with intention. If it don't have purses, I tell people if something doesn't have substance, it's a nuisance. Word to Lil Wayne. So just keep that in your mind. 10. Stop thinking everything happens for a reason. Oh my God. Now, it's nothing wrong with thinking that everything happens for a reason, but I want y'all to adopt the mindset of you reap what you sow. Okay. Let me break this down to you. The thinking everything happens for a reason can make you passive. Start thinking in terms of cause and effect. You reap what you sow. If you want better, do better. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the times we beat ourselves up like, why is this happening to me? This got to be happening for a reason. I just lost my job. I just did that to myself. I just lost my job. Why is this happening to me? Y'all should have brought my water. I'm so damn thirsty for talking like this. But I was just like, why is this happening to me? What did I do? This and the third. The reality of it all, this shit, it happened. You know what I'm saying? I reap what I sow. If I want better, I'm gonna do better. I'm gonna go get another job and I'm gonna manage my money better. And I'm gonna do this with my credit. So I don't have to do this and XYZ. You get what I'm saying? If you want better, do better. Stop saying, oh, everything happens for a reason. It may happen for a reason, but it does not change the fact that you are 100% in control of your life and you can do what the hell that you want, regardless. Now that that's out the way, um, to sum it up, one of the things that I just want to end off on, in conclusion, one of the things that I want to end off on is the fact that you got the power, bro. You know what I'm saying? Your hands is the one that's on the steering wheel, that's driving a car. You can do this. But if you stay consistent, right? If you focus on your future, if you start moving with intention, if you stop thinking everything happens for a reason, if you adopt the mindset of what you think matters doesn't, if you start looking at your friend groups and saying birds of a feather flock together, am I supposed to be here? If you start saying if you start prioritizing your mental health, if you adopt the mindset of it always rains before the rainbow, if you say take advice from people, if you start taking advice from people who've done what you want to do, um sorry, I just booted y'all. Oh, excuse me. If you start saying XYZ doesn't matter, who I want to be does, I kid you not, bro. By the time you 25, you're gonna be a millionaire. That's a fact. By the time you're 21, you might be a millionaire. You got this. It's no excuses. So without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna check out. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. It was nice talking to y'all. Peace.